Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Build of the Week is a video series that showcases interesting character builds created by Path of Exile community members. This week's character is a level 91 Scion in the Warbands League that managed to clear the Hall of Grandmasters using Blink and Mirror Arrow. These two skills are traditionally used for movement and distraction, but in the hands of a summoner rather than a traditional archer, the clones they generate become powerful damage dealers in their own right. This character maintains a set of zombies as frontline fighters to keep the enemy occupied, while summoning its clones to attack at range. The Lionized Glare unique bow ensures that each is well armed and never misses, while the Anger and Wrath auras augment them with significant amounts of elemental damage. Anger and Wrath are linked to Generosity so that only the character's minions benefit from their damage bonuses. Although this means the character doesn't do a lot of damage on its own, it makes it easy for them to take advantage of the Elemental Equilibrium keystone. Split Arrow is used to apply a small amount of cold damage, making affected monsters more vulnerable to the fire and lightning damage dealt by the character's minions. It also applies both the projectile weakness and elemental weakness curses to maximize the damage bonus of its clones. The two auras, in combination with Generosity, reserve 100% of this character's mana, so it uses the Eldritch Battery keystone to pay for skills with its energy shield instead. In addition, Mind Over Matter allows it to use its excess energy shield for damage mitigation. Blink and Mirror Arrow are both linked to weapon elemental damage, chain, added lightning damage, and minion damage. Mirror Arrow is also linked to greater multiple projectiles. This allows the two skills to hit as many targets as possible, even though they aren't being directly aimed by the character. Most of this character's gear focuses on life, energy shield, and elemental resistances, with some specialization on specific items. For example, this character crafted its cold damage onto two of its unset rings, and doesn't get any elsewhere, because that's all it needs for elemental equilibrium to be effective. The helmet also provides +2 to socketed minion gems, which benefits both its zombies and its Chaos Golem. Both its character's quiver and gloves have been corrupted with useful implicit mods. Its quiver adds an additional arrow, and its gloves add a level to socketed gems, specifically its auras. This character's passive skill tree has a lot in common with a summoner focusing on Raging Spirits. It allocates skill duration near the Scion's starting area to keep its clones alive longer and takes several minion damage nodes on the way to its 4 keystones. Minion life is less of a focus for this character because it can improve the minion's survivability with Bone Offering. The clones vanish after a short time anyway. The Profane Chemistry notable passive helps this build get the most out of its flasks, which are its primary way of regaining life. Aura clusters such as Sovereignty are important to improve the effectiveness of this build's auras, and to allow it to improve them further using Empower, or to supplement its defenses using Arctic Armor. The Conqueror's Efficiency Jewel is important for this, as the character requires at least 20% reduced mana reservation to completely cancel out these increases. This character takes advantage of the Scion's flexibility as a class, in that it's designed to be easy to switch to and from a more traditional summoner. As such, it offers many of the same defensive advantages enjoyed by that playstyle. It's quite survivable as long as you remember your life flasks and don't try to use it in a blood magic map. The build guide includes information on leveling on a budget, but also the more specialized high-end setup that was used to take on the Hall of Grandmasters. It also notes that this build is successfully killed at Zeri. If you'd like to submit a build for next week's episode, just post a build guide in the class forums on pathofexile.com. Thanks for watching and see you next time.